Hello friends, Ricochet here for MSPN's coverage of Marble Fubeca's America's Cup as we have moved past our practice round here in the octagon of the spinner collisions. We move forward with a matchup that is going to reward these teams with points. Hope you checked out that practice video. I think we learned a few things about which spinners you want to specifically go after. And obviously, you want to aim for the openings in the octagon that would reward you with more points. 10 points. 8 was a pretty popular one. We saw in the bottom right corner from where you guys will be viewing this. It was pretty popular from our practice run, and so we'll see what adjustments these teams can make. And also connect that with what we'll see from the countries that did go in the practice, which were Colombia, Argentina, Costa Rica, Mexico, Grenada, Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, and Chile, and see what kind of advantage they have over the countries that did not participate in the practice. As you have a look at the updated group standings through 2 rounds, we got the penalty kicks and then collision soccer, and now we get the spinner collision, and the matchups at the top of the screen highlighted are what we will see in today's video. The objective is going to be to score the most points. Simple as that is. We'll get Peru in the red with black against Paraguay in the white with yellow, blue, and red. Simple enough. You just want to score more points than the other team. Two races, so if you don't do well in the first one, you still have another opportunity. Paraguay against Peru. And they are through that first large tunnel, and they make their way down to the funnels. And the first 3 are all belonging to Peru. And let's see what they can do. Making their way around, that's a 3. And I believe that was a 6. There's 6 for Paraguay. There's another 3. Oh, it bounced back out. I don't know if that's going to count for 3 or if we'll have to keep that going. Yeah, they did give them... No, they gave Peru nothing there. No. They did give the 3 for Paraguay. Pardon there. So a Paraguay 13-9 lead. 6, 3, and 4 for their 3 marbles. Peru scores 6 and 3, but where the 4 was for Paraguay, it was nothing for Peru, as that one red and black marble there you can see just got stuck over near the Coca-Cola sign, unable to score at all. And so as they will switch sides, Paraguay goes from the right side with a 4-point lead. 3 marbles makes each marble very important, and the fact that Peru unable to score with one of their marbles was huge. There's 4 for Peru. Peru just got another one stuck in the corner. Looks like there might be one stuck for Paraguay this time. Everybody having a little bit of a hard time. That is 7 for Paraguay. Paraguay puts in 8. You've got 2 more marbles for Peru. Can they get anything? One of them is headed for a 4. The other one will not score. And Paraguay with 2 big runs, despite the fact that they had one of their marbles not score, they will win this one 28-17. A 7 and an 8 sealed the fate of Peru as Paraguay moves on. I guess I shouldn't say moves on, but they get the win in this matchup. And they now take over first place in Group A. They are now plus 13 in goals. That brings us to Group B's matchup for this video, which is Uruguay in the ocean blue against Canada, mostly white. A little bit of yellow mixed in there for Canada. Interesting color choices for today's matchup. Uruguay will start on the right, Canada to the left. And that is 10 right off the bat for Uruguay. Canada answers... Oh, maybe not. There's 2 for Uruguay. Canada still can't get one in. There's a 4. Their final marble having a little bit of trouble. Uruguay's final marble, they make contact with each other, and it looks like they're both going to die. Meanwhile, that was an 8 for Canada, and we end up tied at 12. Both countries have 1 marble unable to score, a 10 for Uruguay, and an 8 for Canada, their top 2 scorers, and it is 12-12 through 1. Very, very close. And it will come down right to that final matchup. As we will do this one more time. Great opportunity to look and see what you can get at the top right of your screen. That is 4 right off the bat for Uruguay. 10 for Uruguay. And 6 for Uruguay. Big runs for them. Canada very close to a 10. Oh, it's going to stick right at the edge. They're going to need some help. Oh, no. Canada might not be able to score at all. They do not. Wow. Look at that replay. The first one falls in easily for a 4. Canada had it all over the place, including right at the entrance to where you would score the 10, and nobody moved. Everybody stops where they are. The spinners begin to stop, and Canada goes down 32-12. Uruguay is in first in Group B, and Canada has dropped to last, and they are in some trouble now. Moving on to Group C, it is Barbados against the United States. Group B was such a hotly contested matchup, where all 4 of the Group B marbles, every country was exactly the same. They all had the exact same differential, the exact same goals scored. It was a dead even heat, so a 20-point blowout is very, very devastating for Canada and puts them in a very tough position. The United States in the silver, and they will score 4 right off the bat. Barbados in the blue. Another one, that is Barbados there, and they are stuck over near one of the corners. Barbados just put in 7. I think that was a 6 for them, maybe 7 more for the U.S. Give them an 8, actually, as it is a 2-point lead. There was the 7 for Barbados. There was the 6 for Barbados, and the U.S. pretty easily knocked that one right in the grooves with the spinners, so they take a 15-13 lead. And so far, through one matchup, it was even, a 4-point lead, and a 2-point lead. So nobody taking too big of an advantage thus far. Nobody's in yet. There's 7. There's a 10 for the U.S., a 7 for Barbados. Ooh, very close to 6 for the United States. They cannot put that one in. Oh, everybody's so close. They all die right by the 2 opening, and ultimately the U.S., with the lone marble they score in the second round being a 10, the United States gets the win over Barbados. 25-22. And right there is the hit that wins it for the United States. So the U.S. now has the lead in Group C. Grenada drops back to second, but of course they are still yet to play. And we get our final matchup here. It is Dominica against Ecuador. In Group D, and Dominica really has to get something going. So far, they were the 16th team to get into this America's Cup, winning the final qualification to earn their way in. But thus far, they have significantly struggled, and they have looked like, at least through the first 2 group stages, they have looked like the 16th team out of a 16-team field. So an opportunity for them to change that thought. They are in the green, and the yellow combined with blue and red is Ecuador. Dominica down first, and they score 10 right off the bat. Great answer by Dominica and a huge start. Everybody else still trying to make their way through. Dominica puts in 4. That may have been an 8 for Ecuador. Another one for Dominica, rolling around, nearing the 10. Now it's over by a 4. It might die in the corner. Ecuador is close to getting something to go in. Everybody making a lot of contact. That's 3 for Dominica, and it looks like the other 2 are not going to go in for Ecuador. They will not. So Dominica fueled by a 10 right off the bat. There it is. And then a 4 and a 3, and Ecuador unable to score on 2. There's the one that goes in, but unable to score on 2 of their 3 marbles. It is a 9-point lead. That is the largest lead that we have seen thus far after the first go. 17-8, Dominica is in the lead. And they are looking to hold on and get their first win in the group stages of the America's Cup. First marble down is Dominica, and they put in 4. Next marble is a 10 for Ecuador. Ecuador almost put in another 10. Now it's moving around. That was 8 for Dominica. Got a couple of marbles stalled. And the last one for Ecuador is going to fall in for 4. Not enough, though. Ecuador did put in 14 points. And they do win that round, but a 9-point hole was too much to come back from. And so Dominica gets the 29-22 win. A huge, huge win for Dominica. Maybe keeping their hopes alive, as they get the win 29-22. Here in Stage 3 of the group stages. We are halfway through the spinner collisions. And an updated look at the group standings. Look at Group D. Dominica only moves up to 2nd. Ecuador is still in the lead, despite the fact that they do lose that matchup. They drop to -5 in goal differential, but they are still the leader in Group D. And so Trinidad and Tobago and Chile will have some work to do to get back into a transfer spot potentially for one of those countries. But until then, we'll see that next time. But this has been Spinner Collision, the first round of this 3rd stage of the group stages. It's to be continued, but until then, I'm Ricochet, and thank you for watching MSPN's coverage of Marble Fubeca's America's Cup.